Recently, Mike Papantonio and I had a discussion where we briefly talked about breaking up the big tech giants. Now, I want to expand on that a little more because this is something that I am very passionate about. You know, if you have a Facebook account or a Yahoo email account, or if you've ever done business with Equifax, then there's roughly a 99.9% chance that in the last 2 years, your personal data has been leaked to hackers. Just one of those 3 tech companies, and it's likely that your data has been leaked. The Yahoo leak alone covered hundreds of millions of American citizens, damn near the entire population. Facebook, tens of millions more. Equifax, tens and tens and tens of millions more. And those are just 3. But that's not necessarily the only reason why they need to be broken up. It's not because they can't police themselves. It's not because as a tech company they somehow suck at cybersecurity. It's because of everything that they're trying to do. Your Amazons, your Googles, your Facebook, all of it. They're all exceeding what they started out to be. They're branching into new businesses, which would be a violation, of monopoly laws because they're sitting out here trying to control every particular industry. There's got to be some kind of antitrust legislation that we could use to force these folks to break it up, much like with the big banks. And I want to explain that for a moment because I don't think a lot of people understand what it means. When people say time to break up the banks, what they mean is that a bank that takes your checking account and they take your savings account, they also can't gamble away with hedge funds and securities and things like that, those kinds of investments. Those 2 entities have to remain separate and unattached and as different businesses. Otherwise, you end up with big banks like we saw in 07 and 08, gambling away your savings on risky investments and then pocketing the profit from it while you, the consumer, suffer the losses. That's what we want with the tech companies here. Facebook cannot be a social media site and a job posting site and a video streaming service and an advertising mogul and all of these other things that it is trying to be. There are different laws that govern those different kinds of businesses. And when you don't know what the hell you're doing, which is what has happened to Facebook, that's why they've run into problems, then you end up with more liability. Facebook is currently being sued on several different fronts, one for the leak, one for discrimination with their job posting. There's actually a lot of different discrimination lawsuits with the job posting thing right now happening against Facebook. All kinds of lawsuits, again, because they didn't know what they were doing. If you wanted to be a social media network, stay a social media network. If you want to be a news organization like Facebook wants to be, go and be just a news organization. You want to be a streaming service, start a streaming service. But you can't do all of these things. It creates too much control within one corporation. You're running afoul of the law left and right. All the lawsuits against you prove that. And you don't know what the hell you're doing. All of these people, whether it's a Bezos, a Zuckerberg, or whoever, they created these monsters, and now the monsters have gotten out, and they don't know how to control it. I mean, Amazon, most people think of that as, yeah, that's where I go to, buy socks because I don't want to run to the store. There's so much more than that. They're cloud computing. They're a government contractor standing to win a $10 billion government contract to host all of their servers in their cloud. They're a video streaming service. They're a music streaming service. They're all kinds of other services that Amazon is, none of which really go together. I mean, why would I want to buy socks from the same person providing the government with all of their cloud storage? Shouldn't those 2 things be separate? Maybe. I mean, do they really need to know what I'm watching on Prime while they're working on government cloud services for the CIA and FBI? No. They have to be broken up. These things have to remain separate. It's a vulnerability. It's a liability. But they just see dollar signs. And that's the biggest part of the problem. It is time to break these companies up. And if they're not willing to do it on their own, then the government has to step in, enforce some regulation, and make them break off each individual piece of their company into a new company in order to promote competition and to protect the interest of the public. And a side effect of that is that you help these companies avoid a hell of a lot of liability.